Yeah. So welcome to the third part of this series on the power of collaboration. And if you've been following us, we've been talking to Coach Ernie and Coach Steve. You know what? I love these two great people. I tell you, it's as if I've known them all my life. And one of the quality I see in them is this collaboration. Because I love collaboration any way I see it. Because I believe that it takes a lot of sense of security. And so we're going to start with this sense of security. And this sense of security is the SOS that is needful for collaboration to work. And I believe there's a cure for the insecure. Because one of the things about working together as a team is you have to be secured. You have to have a sense of security. And that sense of security comes from awareness of who you are, what you have, what you can bring to the table. Because like we talk about the law of the nature, there's a place you can have the most value, where you can be secure in your skin that, listen, this is what I know how to do best. For instance, in the Lamb Global community, my own area of specialization is vision. I'm like Steve. I told people, I said, I'm not a CEO. My CEO means I'm not a chief vision. I'm not a chief everything officer. I can't do everything. But what I know how to do best is vision. To come up, to be able to see more and see before. And I believe that doesn't make any other part of the team to be less than me.
That's right.
Now, and in reading Simon Sinek, he talks about have a vision and find a vision. And this is how he breaks it down. He said, most of the time, we want to tell everybody, have a vision. He said, not everybody is going to have a vision. That's like, I thought that was really contrary. Oh no, Simon Sinek, you started again. You are such a thinker. What are you talking about? I now realize what he said when he began to break it down. He said some people, they might not have a vision, but they can find a vision by following someone that already have the vision. And now realize that was even scriptural.
Yes.
Remember in Acts chapter 16, after Paul got the vision to Macedonia, Luke, the physician, was writing that after he saw that vision, that we assuredly got that God is sending us to go to Macedonia. It was only Paul that saw the vision. So Paul have the vision. But the rest of the team, they find the vision. Just like Coach Steve have the vision. Coach Steve is a dreamer. He likes to dream big. But Coach Ernie was able to find that vision. And because she found the vision, she was able to take ownership of the vision and being able to implement the vision. So we're talking about having a vision and finding a vision. Finding a vision is all about ownership. So there's a need for someone in the team to have a vision. And there's a need for everyone on the team to find that vision based on the vision sharing process. And this is where the sense of security in a team is built. And everybody now realize this is no longer Coach Steve vision. This is now our vision. Now that we know that this is our vision, this is my own role in that vision. So, Coach Ernie, how do you feel playing that role of finding the vision and executing the vision that this great chief visionary officer, Coach Steve, brings to the table?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for asking me, Dr. because I will put this in place.
Yes.
I'm going to take this to a different level. Having a vision, finding a vision. Once you find that vision, you have to believe that vision. It's not just about finding the vision and just you follow it, right? I am the implementer of the group, but in order for me to implement that vision, I have to believe in it. And when I do that, even though, yes, Steve is the visionary of the group, when I come in and follow and believe in that vision, not every vision that he has, meaning it will work. When I believe in his vision, I'm also thinking of the things that may affect and may tamper the big vision. So when he says an idea, oh, maybe we should do this, then Ernie will come in and say, well, when we do that, this is going to be affected. And now, yes, the ownership is there, but since it's a shared vision now with both that vision, it makes it more powerful.
Yep.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
And Coach, I like what you said. So the question is, how does a vision become a shared vision in collaboration as a team?
Yes, it's believing that vision, right? It's believing that vision is possible. It's believing that vision makes an impact, and it's believing that vision is something that you can measure, that you can do, and will help someone else.
Wow, that's great. That's awesome. Now that what you said really take us to these three kind of belief. And they say personal belief, and they say vision belief, and they say people belief. Personal belief is believe in yourself.
Yes.
In your capacity to make contribution to that vision or to deliver the vision. Now, the vision belief is when you believe in that vision, because it has to begin with yourself, because you have to believe in yourself that, well, this vision, I can deliver the vision. So that is personal belief. Then the vision belief is you have to believe in the vision. And the third belief is that people believe that you have to believe that you have to believe in the people that the vision is targeting at. So now, Coach Steve, I want to ask you a question. What is your greatest challenge as a visionary? Because I can tell you my own greatest challenge as a visionary. Before you throw yourself out there, let me tell you one of my greatest challenge. My greatest challenge as a visionary is that I always come up with visions like a rabbit. Like a rabbit always multiply babies. Yes. Before one is over, I want to bring another one. I want to bring another one. That's my greatest challenge. But the thing is, the thing we need to watch out for is you need to allow room to, okay, you just got this one house now. Let's finish this process before you come up with another one. So, Steve, can you relate with this, please?
Oh, 100%, brother, 100%. I have these ideas. I'll come up with these ideas, for the show or for something that we need to do. And I want to do this and I want to do that. And what my greatest challenge is being told no. That's my greatest challenge, is being told no.
And I have that power.
And she has that part, right? That's the part that she plays because she's the implementer. Now, what does that do for me? What does that mean I have to do? That means I have to grow up, brother. I got to grow up. I have got to say, I don't know everything. Okay. All right. And you have to be aware of yourself. You have to know who you are, and you have to have confidence in yourself where that personal belief comes in. To know that, okay, maybe I have an idea, but maybe it's not the best idea right now. Maybe it's something that we can't do. And typically when Ernie says, well, partner, maybe we never not do that. It doesn't mean never. It means maybe not now.
Yeah. Timing.
Right? Timing. And because I trust Ernie and I trust in her ability to know that she can implement something, I believe in her. Because here's the thing. People don't believe in the vision until they believe in the leader. When they believe in the leader, that's when they buy into the vision. It's called the law of buy-in, right?
Yeah.
They buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. So my most important thing is that the team that we work with, is that they buy into me because
Mm.
I can buy into them, and
Yeah.
Ernie buys into me, and I buy into Ernie. It's a collaborative thing. It's a thing that we work together on. Do we always feel like that it's perfect? No. Does everything I bring to the table think it's going to work? No.
Mm.
And does Ernie and I agree on every way of leadership style? No.
Mhm.
But I have to trust her
Yeah.
that she knows something I don't know.
Mm.
And she has to trust me, because there's been times that she's called me out on some things, and there's been times I've called her out on some things. But it's not a personal thing. It really is a tight relationship and trust with each other.
Wow.
We got each other's back.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what, we've got each other's back. And
That's
we made that
awesome.
promise to each other when we first
Yeah.
started this whole thing,
Mm.
and we haven't crossed that boundary.
Yeah.
But the day
That's
we cross that boundary is the day we hang up the microphones and say, this, no more energy here.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'll finish my little sentence or my little thoughts with this. I often say, Ernie, I don't know what I would do without you.
Gosh, this is why we collaborate. I've been
Mm.
thinking that. And what's my response, partner? You want me to say it?
Yes, I want you to say it.
We will never find out because you have me.
That's right.
Mm.
Oh, that makes me so emotional just to think about that right now.
That's awesome.
Because
That's awesome.
I don't know how many times that she's told me that.
Wow. That's
And
great.
as a leader that has the vision, and she
Mm.
tells me you'll never have to find out what it's like.
Wow.
It's like,
That's great. Now,
yeah.
one thing I observe about both of you is there's a chemistry, there's a team chemistry. So, Annie, can you share with people that they say, wow, I just like this team chemistry? I remember where I used to work. I used to work for a faith-based organization in America. I was there for 11 years. And one day, my supervisor and I, it was an after-school program. And one of the kids in the program, she's like a middle school there. And one day she couldn't just hide it. He said, you guys are so united. She couldn't hide it. She can see that chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about the team chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so big about teams. Team is, it tickles me. I've been studying teams for the past 25 years, and I've been able, by the grace of God, to build teams. When I was in medical school, I built a team of 21 people. We have discussion together, and everyone will be in my room. Some people will sit under the table. I mean, we all grown now with families and all that. Some are in United States, some are in different part of the world, but that chemistry is still there. So, and Coach Annie, what would be your recommendation? How can a team build the right chemistry? What are the other things that we've not talked about that is needful for a right team chemistry?
Yes. One thing, Dr. Kuku, vulnerability.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Vulnerability. Yes, we have our own values, we have our own strengths, we have our own knowledge and skills, but we have to be vulnerable enough to share our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, anything that comes to mind, because it's always a choice. I chose to believe in the vision. I chose to follow the vision, but it does not mean that I cannot make a decision.
Right.
To improve that vision. So being vulnerable and just really communicating that, hey, this is how I'm feeling about it. Right. And this is why Steve and I have in any relationships, it's not 100, right? It's covering each other's back. When somebody's down, you take on the rein, and it's vice versa. You have to be vulnerable enough to communicate that with the other person. That's the silent communication that we have, and somehow, because we're vulnerable enough with each other, we are able to communicate some way that we have no idea how. Just like perfect example is the question, what will I do without you? I've been thinking that this whole entire time, and he said it. And this has happened to us during the radio show. This has happened to us numerous times because we're able to be vulnerable enough with each other, knowing each other more in a deeper level, and which makes the relationship more effective.
Wow. That's
right.
awesome. Steve, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I will tell you this. I will tell you this, brother. Vulnerability is so huge because I will tell you there is so much criticism out there in this world, right? And there's so many people telling you you can't do it. And when you have somebody sitting across the table with you that says you can, and they're willing to be there with you, and they're willing to, you owe it to them to be extremely vulnerable. So that you are always have all of the cards face up on the table. Because here's the deal. If I'm going to be in the pit and I'm going to be slaying the dragon and I'm going to be in there creating and I'm going to be putting out content. And if you're up in the cheap seats, just telling me how I ought to do it instead of being in the pit with me, I am in no way interested in your feedback.
Wow.
Now with Ernie, she's in the pit with me every single day, fighting back and forth, fighting the shoulder to shoulder, coming up with the ideas, working the content, making things happen, doing things on the backside that I may not even know that's going on because she hadn't had time to communicate to me. She's in there fighting. And when I know she's in there fighting with me, the vulnerability piece teaches me everything I need to know because I know that she's there for me, that she's got my back, and no matter what happens, she is going to be sticking up there for me. And I hope that Ernie feels, and I know that Ernie feels the same way. I'll fight for her, Dr. Kuko. I'll go to the ends of the earth because my partner will do that for me.
That's good.
It's so powerful. And if you don't have a relationship like that, especially in business, I know a lot of it in a lot of relationships, marriage relationships, couples have that. But in a business relationship, that's sometimes a little bit more difficult to foster. But Ernie and I have that, and that's what makes it really work. But that vulnerability, Ernie touched on it perfectly. That is so important.
Wow, that's good. Brené Brown said,
"That's right.
Where you are vulnerable is where you are beautiful."
That's right.
It's so important. I was coaching a leader. I always tell her the need to be vulnerable to the team members. She struggled with that, and one day I was reading a book that talks about it. I just take a picture of that page and the second page. I just send it to her.
Yeah.
And she said, "This is just what I need." Yeah.
Brené Brown is the pinnacle guru of vulnerability. And I'll tell you one other thing. That I learned from her. And she said that vulnerability is the core of courage.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Because at times some leaders think that, oh no, you don't want anybody to see you sweat and all that stuff. No. But that's not authentic because authenticity has to do with vulnerability. So, Coach Steve, is there any other thing that you think we left out? Coach Ernie, she brought up vulnerability on what other ingredients that is needful on the power of collaboration. Is there any other thing that we have not touched on that you want to bring up?
I think there's this one little thing that I like to share with that about collaboration is the fact that collaboration also creates an achieved greater impact on people. The collective efforts of people together can lead to more significant, and that's the key word right there, significant impact, whether in business, whether in community projects, or in social initiatives in any way. It is the significance impact. And that's what the greater, having that collective group of people that have the same values, share the same vulnerabilities, that work together, that trust each other, that are honest with each other, can take on the entire world.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And that's why I say one shall chase 1,000 and two shall chase 10,000.
That's right.
That's a very powerful and impact. And Coach Ernie, do you have any closing comment on this power of collaboration? It's as if we should just on and on and on and on. any closing comment, something that you want to add as a closing comment? And I want you to encourage people on the need for them to collaborate. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, that's what I was going to say. I encourage people to collaborate because you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to figure it out alone, and you don't have to know it all alone. There are people out there that are for you. There are people out there that will be supportive with your vision, or maybe you can follow that vision. Find that tribe for yourself, and I promise you, you will all go very far, more than what you thought you could reach.
Right.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hmm.
That's great. I mean, just encouraging people to not be afraid to collaborate. Coach Steve, any last word on the power of collaboration?
Just that it is a powerful tool that can be used to drive success and can be used to drive innovation across various fields of endeavors with different people all over this world. And if people will learn to collaborate, learn really to talk to each other and communicate, the world will change. The world will change.
Wow. That's beautiful. And this brings us to an end of this series on the power of collaboration. And I want you all to know this. We can exhaust this topic on the power of collaboration. It is inexhaustible. But I believe if you've watched the first and the second and the third series, you've been able to get a lot on how to start you up on the power of collaboration. Dr. John Maxwell said, when a vision gets bigger, the visionary has two options, either to give up or to get help.
I love
it.
And that's what collaboration is all about, getting help from the right people. That's why we make the foundation, the law of identity, that shared value defines a team. Now that you have that shared values, it's not enough to have a shared values. You have to look at the power of the place of competency and look for the right fit. Someone that, John Maxwell said when he started building a team, all he just wanted is just to bring people in the bus. Yeah, just come on, get on the bus. But later I now realized that Jim Collins was talking about this, not just getting people inside the bus, but getting the right people in the right seat. So it's very important, even though someone has a shared value, but the question is, does the person have the competency? So the skill set, what role is this person is going to play in the team? So that must determine who you want to bring together. And I believe this is a good way for you to start. And we encourage you to read the book from Dr. John Maxwell, The 17 Indisputable Law of Teamwork, because together, everyone achieves more. Thank you.
Right.
And I want you to know that we love you so much, but find a way to collaborate with someone that you share the same value, but also that can bring the strength that you don't have, so that you can make a greater impact of significance. Coach Ernie, thank you so much for your time. Coach Steve, thank you so much for your time. You guys are practitioners, and you've shared with our viewers, our audience, with our leadership community. And I believe much more people will be transformed by this. Before I come to your way next time with great personalities on this Leadership Advancement Mentorship Podcast, my name is Dr. Michael, and I approve this message. Thank you.